Good morning, I'm Rick. It's an honor to be here today representing the hard work of so many of my colleagues. Well, I've been doing hardware for a long time, and even I smile like a kid every time I get to unbox a new gadget. Since I joined Google, one of the questions I get asked most often is, why should we build hardware? I mean, we often joke that building hardware is, well, hard. People have strong emotional connections to the products they rely on every day. They're an important part of our users' lives. But the rise of volume and complexity of all the information makes it so that this is the right time to be focused on hardware and software. Let's think about that for a moment. At the peak of film photography, 80 billion photos were captured every year. But last year, thanks to smartphones, 1 trillion photos were taken. Communications has gotten similarly complex. 328 billion items were delivered by the post office last year. And that's compared to 50 trillion emails and mobile messages. And today, people want more than 1,000 songs in their pocket. What they want is the entire world's music collection with them at all times. These informational changes mean that technology needs to be smart and just work for you. This is why we believe the next big innovation is going to take place at the intersection of hardware and software, with AI at the center. That's where we have the biggest opportunity to bring people the very best of Google as we intended it. Building hardware and software together lets us take full advantage of capabilities like the Google Assistant. It lets us harness years of expertise we've built up in machine learning and AI to deliver the simple, smart, and fast experiences that our users expect from us. And it allows Google to be helpful to people wherever they need us, no matter what the context or form factor. As you'll see today, we're building hardware with the Google Assistant at its core, so you can get things done without worrying about the underlying technology. Our devices just work for you, whether you're at home with family, commuting to work, out for a jog, or spending time with friends. This is something that Google has always stood for. Hardware isn't a new area for Google, but now we're taking steps to showcase the very best of Google across a family of devices designed and built by us. This is a natural step, and we're in it for the long run. You're going to hear much more from our team in the coming months and years to come, and we have lots in store for you today. So let's get started. First, with phones. Phones are the most important device we own. They rarely leave our side. They're literally most people's lifeline to the internet and to each other. So today, I'm very excited to introduce you to a new phone made by Google. We call it Pixel. For those of you who followed Google for a while, that name might sound familiar to you. For us, it's always represented the best of hardware and software designed and built by Google. Let me tell you a little bit more about Pixel. We designed everything about Pixel, from the industrial design to the user experience. Everything is simple and easy to use, something Google has always stood for. I really love how this phone looks and feels. The rear glass creates a bold, iconic element that gives Pixel personality and character. The polished aluminum case gives the phone a distinct look. And there's a subtle wedge from the top to bottom that keeps it thin where your hand most naturally grips it. And there's no unsightly camera bump. And while Pixel's beautiful, what really makes it come to life is how the hardware and software work together. It's the perfect example of how the best of Google smarts combines to make a great, simple user experience. So today, we're going to tell you about 5 things. First, we're excited to announce that Pixel is the first phone with the Google Assistant built in. Second is Pixel's terrific photography experience. Third is how we use Google Cloud so you never run out of space for those great photos. Fourth is how we let people talk to each other much more easily, no matter what operating system or device they use. And finally is how Pixel is made for mobile virtual reality. To tell you more about Pixel, I'd like to invite my colleague, Brian, to the stage. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brian, and I lead the software product management team for Pixel. There have been so many people who worked so hard. I feel lucky to be the one to show you what we've built. So this phone was designed inside and out to be simple and smart. And I think you'll notice that right from the home screen. Let's switch to a demo. The first thing you'll see with the new Pixel launcher is round icons, access to all of your apps, just a swipe away, and a clean, polished look. And like Rick said, Pixel is the first phone with the Google Assistant built in. Having the Assistant with you all through your day makes so many tasks incredibly easy. You can just touch and hold the phone's home button, or say the hot word, and the Assistant jumps into action. Whether you're on your home screen or in any app, you can always ask your Assistant for information or help with tasks. So let me show you how it works. Getting ready for today's launch, I've been spending a little bit more time at the office than usual. So I'm looking to plan something with family. And fall is such a great time in the Bay Area. I can get some ideas for the weekend with a long press of the home button and by saying, "Show me my photos from last October."
Take a look at these pictures from your Google Photos.
It's pretty cool, right? With a quick voice command, my Assistant found just the right pictures from my Google Photos collection. And it doesn't just work with dates. You can search for people, places, and things, too. OK, so this concert at the Greek Theater at UC Berkeley was pretty fun. So let's see what shows are coming up. Show me upcoming events at the Greek Theater in Berkeley.
First, Greek theater events, the Lumineers, Borns and Rayland Baxter, the head in the heart and the tallest man on earth, Chance the Rapper, and Lauryn Hill and Nas.
So let's talk about what just happened there. Not only did the Assistant recognize the venue I asked about, but it was able to serve up relevant information thanks to Google's knowledge graph. OK, it looks like the Lumineers are playing. I like their music, but I don't know if I've heard their latest stuff. Play me a song by the Lumineers.
Playing music.
Now, the Assistant knows I like to listen to music on YouTube, so that's the app it opens up.
When I was young.
All right, looks like that will be a pretty fun concert, but let's see if my wife even remembers who I am after 3 weeks of being MIA. Text Lisa.
Text Lisa Rakowski. Sure. What's the message?
Want to go see the Lumineers in Berkeley on Friday?
Got it. Do you want to send it or change it?
Send it.
OK. Message sent.
Now, I just sent that message as an SMS, but the Assistant also works with other messaging apps like WhatsApp and Viber, or I could have asked the Assistant to call Lisa instead. Oh, it looks like she responded. Thankfully, she wants to go, and she's recommending we get dinner at Marzano first. I haven't been there before, so let's try to get some more info. Now, watch this. The Assistant can also help get information based on what's on my screen. So I'll do the same long press gesture on home and then swipe up to get contextually relevant information. So here's what just happened. The Assistant recognized the restaurant in Lisa's text message and assembled all this useful information into a single card from the apps I have installed on the phone. I didn't have to say or type a single word. So let's get some more information from Google Maps. There's the location. You can swipe up, check out some pictures. Okay, it looks pretty good, but let's see if it's close enough to the concert. How far is it from the Greek Theater in Berkeley?
If you drive, Marzano is 6.4 miles away from the Greek Theater.
Again, the assistant understood the context of my screen to answer my question. So it's a pretty quick drive. It will totally work. Let's get a reservation. Make a reservation at Marzano for Friday.
Sure, let's make a reservation at Marzano with OpenTable. How many people in your party?
2 people.
And what time do you want to reserve?
6 p.m.
Okay, I've completed the reservation, so you're all set. Look for an email confirmation from OpenTable with all the details.
So that's just a glimpse of how the Google Assistant works. It can help with the small things, but it's help with the big things, like weekend plans, but it's also great for little things, like getting through your day, finding information, getting around, setting reminders for yourself, and so much more. The Assistant is incredibly useful when it's built right into your phone, and we'll show you how it works in other contexts later too. The Google Assistant on Pixel is a great example of how hardware and software come together beautifully. Another is the camera. So there's actually an industry group, DxOMark, that rates camera quality in almost all popular DSLR and smartphone cameras on the market. These guys are just obsessed with cameras, lenses, and image quality. We're proud to report that Pixel received a rating of 89. That's the highest rating ever for a smartphone. So let me just put that score into context. This isn't only the best camera we've ever made, it's the best smartphone camera anyone has ever made. So how do we achieve this? Our teams of photography gurus and image processing experts have spent the last year designing and tirelessly optimizing the entire camera stack. Pixel has a 12.3 megapixel rear-facing camera and featuring an f2.0 aperture and big 1.55 micron pixels to capture significantly more light than other cameras. The camera on Pixel is just excellent. Our amazing camera team has written some incredible on-device software algorithms that do things you just can't do with great hardware alone. For instance, Smart Burst is a feature that lets you capture just the right moment. By holding down the shutter button, you can capture a continuous stream of images and let Google Intelligence select the sharpest, clearest photo of just the right moment. And then there's HDR+. It's built to work in any light, so you get clear, vivid pictures, even in challenging conditions. All the pictures you see here were taken on a Pixel. Now, traditional cameras use a single long exposure in low light, but HDR+ splits that into multiple short exposures, aligning them algorithmically and then combining each pixel. This technique reduces noise, minimizes blur, and gives you extended dynamic range, as in this example, preserving both the dimly lit people in the foreground and the beautiful sunset behind them. So HDR+ clearly improves image quality. And with Pixel, the camera uses HDR+ by default because there's zero shutter lag. That's a big deal. And it processes images twice as fast, so you can keep shooting rapid fire. Now, just as important as capturing great photos is the speed of the camera app. We know this is really important. We don't want you to miss the moment while your camera gets itself ready. And I'm really proud to say that our camera has a shorter capture time than any smartphone camera we've tested, which makes action shots like this possible. And finally, my favorite feature, our incredible video stabilization. It means that videos turn out smooth, even if you're not. So let me tell you how this video is captured. We mounted 2 cameras side by side, hit record on each, and then started walking. The one on the left has video stabilization turned off. The one on the right has it on. Just look at the difference. This works by sampling the gyroscope at 200 times a second to figure out exactly how the camera is moving, even accounting for the rolling shutter and instantaneously compensating each part of the image, so you can avoid that jello effect you see with other forms of image stabilization. Of course, Pixel comes with Google Photos built in. So once you've captured the moment with Pixel's powerful camera, Google Photos helps you store, organize, and share all your photos, no matter how goofy they might be. We think people are going to use this camera a lot. So as a special bonus for Pixel owners, we're including free, unlimited storage for photos and videos at original quality. That's all your photos and videos at full resolution, including the rich 4K videos you can take with this phone. So with Pixel, you'll never run out of space for your memories. And you can say goodbye to those painful storage full pop-ups. So that was a quick intro to the Google Assistant on Pixel and our new best-in-class camera integrated with Google Photos. Now I'd like to invite Sabrina up to share some more great features of Pixel. But before that, let's watch this new spot from our upcoming campaign.